I'm back. Well, I got my shirt off, got the fan running because it's hot as shit. And on that note, that deliverance from Corona it will be real soon. And this is the time of the year I was waiting for. But with the disappearance of Corona, and there might be some other things that's gonna come get on you, or in you, or come for you. You know, like many things. Not nothing that man is gonna be the that you could give man the credit for. Uh-uh. These things you're gonna know are credited unto the heavens. For these things shall be things around you that shall just, like the water, the earth itself, the air, the heat. These are some of the enemies that we have. Well, you have, you who do not abide by the way of the heavens. You're gonna have that. Anyway, I've been seeing. Oh yeah. That's what it is. See, I be inside here. Shoot, there's a whole world there, yo. I go, and each and every one, the Father has equipped us so greatly. He showed us so much. He took so much care, and I say, and concern when making us. He gave us all. He gave us all that he had. He shared it with us. And even on that note, when he made us, we were the only things that he made that he did also give. The only things that he did give the right to share an equality with him in everything. That means as he was the greatest, the Father is the greatest of all things. And when I say the Father, do not think of God. Because the Father is above God. So when I tell you, he is the greatest of all that's seen and unseen. The Father is. And when he made us, man, he made us to share an equalness with him in all things. So we, the last things he made, became the greatest of all that was made. And then when we disobeyed, now we have God before us. And he is the only one who is worthy because of the price he paid. He paid a price that said none of us could pay. Or none of us do have to pay. Because he paid it. And that price he paid was he stood in place of death for us. How can I say this? Because when man, the first man, that ever the first of us, the one whom the Father did form and fashion, he disobeyed. And the penalty for that disobeyment was he was supposed to be put to death. So this is how God is God. And he was given that he would, he knew, God knew he was coming to die for us. He already knew that. Like I said, there's so much about the Lord thy God that man that walked over 2,000 years ago that you don't know. So much. And the reason why you don't know, like, you know some of the great things that he have done and even said. But there's a lot more that would even explain further the things that he did say. But it was so much that he did teach and show and give unto the world. There's nobody who gave the world more. Nor shall there ever be anybody who gives the world more. Anyway, back to the reason why I do make this video. And that is, I warn you all leaders of all the nations. France, Germany, Russia, China, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, United States, all of you. Because as I've told you in the past, and don't none of y'all, unless you lead by the truth of the heavens in this day and time, you might as well step down and give the place up. Because there's heaven watching. And you who are responsible for others, you placing yourself on a real collision course. That is so if you not in tune with the heavens and that which the heaven does seek, that life shall become. So even my advice to all of y'all is become that which heaven wants you to become. Teach that, lead that way that heaven does show. And I'm going to tell all of you leaders of nations, that's been going over to our African nations and trying to, rob them for their resources. That day and time is over. You're no longer going to exploit them. And yes, Africa, you stand up. Stand up to them all. Don't even worry. Heaven to take care of it. You ain't even got to fight. All you got to do is stand up. But make sure you stand up in righteousness. And make sure your stand is a righteous stand. That means make sure you stand up in that way that love will stand up. Don't just stand up to, be unfair. You gotta be righteous in all your dealings. And that's all you who are the leaders of nations, Trump included. Now, I see that y'all saying that y'all trying to turn what Trump said about George Floyd. He's just showing you what he's, but Trump, you gotta be more mindful. But we already know Trump is a character. He says some real weird things. Like when he said George Floyd looking down from heaven, and he's saying the unemployment rate is dropping. Even with everybody supposedly out of work because the cities, shit is on a lockdown. But unemployment is on the rise, meaning it's being lowered. Like people are getting jobs. I'm handicapped. They didn't offer me all kinds of jobs online. But there's a work I do, and I really don't have time to do the work of man. I've come to do a certain job, and I intend to see it done. I have no other choice. Anyway, you leaders, Africa, you stand up for yourself. Stop letting them just come in. Like I seen a couple of months back with China, you was going to the businesses like, yo, hold up. What's this? You just supposed to be doing this, but how come you got this in here? Hold up. And then what they was doing in the mines, like stealing, the gold and the diamonds. Stop letting people just come into your, that's, I can't say stop letting them come in, but stop letting them exploit you, Anyway, I love you all. I'm going to say that too. But, you people, leaders of nations, y'all better make sure you leading in the right way. Because there are many more things that heaven shall unleash upon the earth. Trust me. And you don't want them to befall you. And they shall come for you. But anyway, like I said, I love you all. I do come with that spirit. That is that spirit that the Lord, that God did tell you that would be and would come into the world in this day and time. And I am with that spirit. And none is with this spirit, lest they drink from this cup and eat this bread. So, I say that to say to you all, you leaders of nations, because it's you who I speak to now. Make sure you start to turn over a new leaf. And don't worry about don't worry about nothing. If you start to walk right and lead right, the whole world shall click. There shall be nothing that your nation shall have to starve for, even if disaster might strike you. Well, disaster is about to strike many of you. And the you that it do strike, I just want to let you know that it's happening. And it means that you need to take a look at what you're doing and what you're teaching and what you're letting the people do. Like, and yeah, you people, y'all gotta also realize, I know we have our freedoms, but there's no longer gonna be the freedom to do evil. Evil shall be contained. It shall be done away with. So all of you who are the evil ones that walk around and you know who you are, my advice is do some self-evaluation. Put those evil things away from you. If you have trouble defining what evil is, stealing, robbing, killing, lying on people, these are the things you know right and wrong. That's basically what it is. Love you all. God bless.